Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about what Evrima gets right that other survival games don't. A lot of survival games try to be hardcore, but very few actually commit to it. Evrima does, and that commitment shows in almost every part of the game. Evrima is honest about survival. One of the biggest things Evrima gets right is how honest it is with the player. From the moment you spawn in, the game makes it clear that survival comes first. There are no hand-holding, no protection, and no shortcuts. You either adapt to the environment or you don't last long. That honestly sets Evrima apart because survival actually means something here. The world forces you to think. Another thing Evrima does well is forcing other players to think before acting. Where you go matters, where you move matters, where you engage matters. You can't just run around the map without a plan. Every area has its risk, and learning the map actually becomes part of learning how to survive. And any player over 100 hours knows websites and all that stuff for maps. Anybody will tell you that. The game doesn't explain that to you, you learn it by experience. Quiet moments matter. Evrima understands that survival isn't nonstop action. A lot of the game is quiet. You're listening, watching, and waiting. You're checking your surroundings instead of charging in. Those slower moments build tension. And when something finally happens, it actually feels important and it feels real. Does not feel staged. That pacing is something most survival games just don't get. Your combat has real consequences. When fights happen in Evrima, they feel heavy because there's no resetting, there's no quick recovery, and there's no undo button. Your hits matter, and your mistakes will follow you, if not straight up lead to death. Because of that, players don't fight unless they think it's worth it. Combat becomes about timing, positioning, and reading your opponent, not just landing hits. Growth feels earned. Growing in Evrima feels like progress you worked for. You spend time staying hidden, managing food and water, and avoiding bad situations. As you grow, you feel more capable, but more noticeable. That balance makes growth feel meaningful instead of automatic. It's like growing a Rex. Everybody hates Rex right now, but Rex also still takes almost, 10 hours to grow? So, player behavior feels real. Because survival actually matters, players act differently. You see stalking instead of rushing. You see players sizing each other up. You see hesitation when a fight isn't worth the risk. These behaviors aren't forced by rules, they happen naturally because of the game's design. Now, obviously, I'm going to have people who are going to comment that nobody does that, but there actually are a lot of players who actually are pulled towards more realistic because that's just how the game is built around. Now, I will also say there are a lot of KOSers who are not really realistic on how real life dinosaurs would be, but it's because it's a game. There are no true safe spots. Another thing Evrima gets right is that there are no guaranteed safe spaces. When you think you're alone, you're never completely safe. You need to pay attention, listen for sounds, and watch for movement. That consistent awareness keeps the game engaging at all times. Survival stays the focus. Many survival games drift away from survival over time. Evrima stays centered on it. Everything ties back to staying alive longer, movement, growth, combat, and decision making. The game never forgets what it's trying to be. I think Evrima stands out fully because it actually commits to survival. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you guys think that what I said you agreed with, let me know down in the comments. Thank you. Have a great rest of y'all's day. Boy.